As your eyelids flutter open to greet the dawn of a new day, you are not merely stepping into the mundane routine of life. You are entering a sacred space. You are embarking on a soul's journey, one that demands more than just your time. It requires your essence. You are more than flesh and bone. You are a spiritual traveler on a divine path. This is where the real magic lies, the true quest. However, as you walk along the spiritual path, you will face trials that challenge not just your beliefs, but your core. One of the most fundamental and early tests is the ability to release your attachments. The concept is simple, yet emotionally demanding. Think about it. We all have anchors, whether they are people, possessions, or ideas that we cling to, thinking they define us. These are the things we love, things we believe we cannot live without. But the question is, can you let them go? Imagine your life as a tree. As you grow, you accumulate leaves. These are your attachments. They provide shade and beauty, but they are not the core of your tree. The universe, always watchful, wants to see how you manage these leaves. They can block your view of the sky, prevent new growth. Gently, yet firmly, the universe might shake your tree, causing some of those leaves to fall. This is not to harm you, but to give you clarity and make room for new leaves to grow. When you start to believe that you cannot live without a particular leaf, you're sending a message to the universe. It's as if you're saying, "This is it. I'm complete with this." The universe listens and may simply ask, "Are you sure?" You may then experience the loss of that leaf, that attachment. It's not a punishment, but a lesson. It's the universe asking, did the tree die when the leaf fell? Or did it make space for fresh growth? Many spiritual philosophies, from Buddhist teachings on detachment to the Stoic practice of emotional strength, touch upon this wisdom. Letting go doesn't mean you stop loving or desiring. It means you recognize that your ultimate purpose is not tied to a temporary state of being. Your final quest is for wisdom, peace, and unity with the universe, something that transcends any single attachment. So where does your heart truly lie? Are you so consumed by the love for a single leaf that you forget you are a tree in constant growth within a vast forest? This test asks you to evaluate your priorities. Are you defined by the things you cling to, or by your ability to grow, adapt, and remain in tune with your higher self? The universe is waiting to entrust you with greater knowledge, a higher form of love, and deeper levels of consciousness. But first, it wants to see if you are ready to shake off the old leaves, make space for new experiences, and be a tree that is part of a greater forest. You are not just one tree lost among countless others. You are the living, evolving forest itself. When you successfully navigate the test of detachment, you'll realize that you are far more resilient, more in tune, and indeed more complete than you once thought. You are not your attachments, nor are you defined by your losses. You are the journey you embark on, a journey that is both sacred and enriching. Remember, you are not defined by what you hold on to, but by your ability to let go and grow anew. When you do this, you become a beacon, a testament to the infinite potential of the human spirit. You become part of something greater than yourself, something truly divine. And that is your true journey, a path free from obstacles, filled with potential. You become the universe in motion, a sacred story unfolding. In a world that glorifies instant gratification, where the next dopamine hit is just a tap away, waiting becomes increasingly challenging. We've been conditioned to believe that time is of the essence, that if something doesn't happen now, it may never happen at all. However, the wisdom of the spiritual journey guides us in a completely different direction. It whispers in our ear that one of the deepest tests we encounter in life is the test of patience, especially when we must wait longer than we believe we should. You see, patience isn't just about the act of waiting. It's about how you conduct yourself while you wait. It's about maintaining a sense of calm, a demeanor of peace, while the world around you seems to be rushing ahead. Nelson Mandela once said, "I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it." In the same way, patience isn't the absence of desire or need, but the triumph over the anxious rush they often produce. So why does the universe make us wait? Why do we face these moments when time seems to stretch out infinitely before us, like a tunnel with no end in sight? The answer isn't simple, but it is profoundly enlightening. These periods of waiting are not empty. they are fertile grounds for growth, nurturing our soul and spirit. Think of a farmer who plants a seed and waits for it to sprout and grow. If he becomes impatient and digs it up to check on it, he disrupts the natural process. Similarly, every delay in our lives is a period of gestation, a time for growth within us. We are learning the art of resilience, strength, and most importantly, faith. The universe isn't asking if you can wait. It's asking if you can do so with grace, understanding, and a heart full of hope, rather than a mind full of despair. Instead of viewing the wait as suffering, see it as preparation. Imagine yourself as an artist, and every moment of waiting adds another brushstroke to your ever-evolving masterpiece. The universe isn't withholding from you, it's preparing you for something that aligns with your readiness and worthiness. Maya Angelou wisely said, "All great achievements require time." Your goals, your dreams, your spiritual awakening, all of these are great achievements in progress. So, how do we make this process of waiting more bearable, less distressing? We must learn to find contentment in the present moment. Zen masters often speak of the beauty of the present, encouraging us to find peace and happiness in the now. When we are at peace with the present, the uncertainty of the future loses its grip. Rather than feeling like you are wasting time, recognize that you are gathering insights, building spiritual muscle, and enriching your soul. Life's journey takes us through sunlit meadows, but it also leads us into fierce storms. It's easy to feel grateful and full of faith when the skies are clear. But what happens when the clouds gather, the winds rise, and everything around you starts to fall apart? It is in these very moments that the test of faith comes into play. Not as a cruel exam, but as an essential push for your soul's growth. It would be easy to abandon ship, to assume it's sinking and jump overboard. But faith is the compass that urges you to stay the course, to trust that your ship was built to withstand the storm. Faith is your conviction that the turbulence is not a sign of impending doom, but a passage to calmer waters. Think of the potter at the wheel, molding clay into a beautiful vase. The clay is pressed, squeezed, and spun. If the clay had feelings, it might feel dizzy, disoriented, and perhaps wish to leap off the wheel. Yet, it's this very process that transforms a lump of earth into a work of art. Your trials and tribulations are much like this wheel. They mold you into a stronger and wiser version of yourself. The process is unsettling, but it is necessary. And then, there's the metaphor of the diamond. A diamond begins as a piece of coal buried deep within the earth. It's the intense heat and tremendous pressure that forge it into one of the world's most precious stones. In the depths of your struggles, when you feel like you're enduring the harshest conditions life has to offer, remember that this might be your transition from coal to diamond. You are not being crushed, you are being transformed. The universe isn't trying to break you. It's pushing you to discover just how unbreakable you truly are. Consider, too, the metamorphosis of a caterpillar into a butterfly. The caterpillar wraps itself in a cocoon where it practically dissolves before reorganizing into a butterfly. Imagine that moment of being goo, a time of uncertainty and darkness. Yet, it's this uncomfortable stage that leads to wings and flight. Similarly, when you find yourself in your own cocoon during your darkest hours, you aren't falling apart, you are preparing to fly. The concept of faith isn't limited to any one religious view. Whether you believe in God, the universe, or any higher power, the message is the same. True, enduring faith is forged not when the sun is shining, but when you have to navigate through the darkest of nights. It's your belief that daylight is just beyond the horizon, even when you can't yet see it. The challenges that test your faith are not punishments. They are initiations into a higher order of being. When you emerge on the other side, you won't be the same person who entered. And that's the point. You'll come out stronger, wiser, and with a deeper connection to who you are and what you believe. So, when your world seems to be falling apart, when it feels like the universe is against you, don't lose your faith. Hold on to it as though it's your lifeline through the stormy seas. You're not merely enduring hardships, you're gathering the tools and resilience needed for the rest of your journey. It's not just about surviving the storm, it's about learning to dance in the rain. Cling to your faith, let it be your umbrella, and remember, The storm isn't here to stay, but the lessons you learn and the strength you gain will last a lifetime. Trust the process, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard, because the version of you that emerges on the other side will be grateful for it. You're not just surviving, you're evolving, becoming a beacon that shines even brighter in the darkness.